Welcome back. Now let's focus on the human female reproductive system, which consists of one pair of ovaries, which are the female sex organs that produce the female gametes called the eggs or ova. One pair of oviducts or fallopian tubes, which deliver the ovum to the uterus. The oviducts are also the place where fertilization happens. One uterus, which is a structure where the fertilized egg develops into a fetus. One vagina, which is for copulation or sexual intercourse and the birth of the baby. Let's focus in turn on each part. There are two ovaries which have two main functions: to produce the female gametes, eggs or ova, by the process of oogenesis, which you have already learnt about. To produce a group of female hormones that control the female reproductive cycle as well as maintain the uterus in the case of pregnancy. In our next lesson, we'll focus on the various hormonal cycles that exist in the female body. The ovaries are small, oval-shaped organs about 1.5 centimeters long. They are situated in the abdominal cavity on either side of the uterus and are held in place by ligaments. The oviducts, or fallopian tubes, are two tubes that deliver the ovum to the uterus. Once the ovum is released from the ovary, it moves down the oviducts. Movement is facilitated by smooth muscular contractions and movement of ciliated epithelial cells, which move in waves, sweeping the cell along. If sperm is present in the oviduct, fertilization takes place here. If the ovum is fertilized, the first mitotic divisions of the zygote take place in the oviduct as the zygote passes on towards the uterus. If no fertilization takes place, then the ovum simply moves down the oviduct and into the uterus. The uterus is a hollow organ, roughly the shape of an upside-down pyramid, 2 to 3 centimeters long. The walls of the uterus are very muscular. The inner lining of the uterus is called the endometrium. The endometrium is a mucous membrane that is highly vascular. This means that it has many capillaries in it, making it well supplied with blood. The endometrium changes in thickness throughout the cycle as a result of various hormones, which we will discuss in the next lesson. A zygote may implant into the endometrium if the ovum was fertilized on its way to the uterus. The uterus is responsible for the care of the embryo from implantation to birth. If no zygote is implanted in the uterus, the endometrium sheds off as menstrual bleeding. The uterus narrows down to the cervix. The cervix opens into the vagina, which is a tube roughly about 8 centimeters long, stretching from the cervix to the exterior. The vagina is angled slightly towards the back of the body. The vagina receives the penis during copulation or intercourse and acts as the birth canal. Intercourse occurs when the erect penis is inserted into the vagina. The penis moves back and forward in the vagina. Movement is facilitated by vaginal fluid and seminal fluid lubrication. Once a certain amount of sexual excitement is reached, the male ejaculates semen into the vagina. This process takes place in a few seconds. About 5 milliliters or 1 teaspoonful of semen is released, containing about 500 million sperm cells. The sperm immediately begin to swim through the cervix into the uterus and along the oviducts. If there is an oocyte in one of the oviducts, fertilization will take place. Sperm die after a few days and become part of the normal vaginal discharge. In our next lesson, we will focus on the hormonal cycles that occur in the female body. After that, we will take up the human reproductive story with the process of fertilization and pregnancy. Sabonana in our next lesson.